What's up, my little hash brownies? Peter Von Panda here. Wanted to come to you today because, as many of you might be wondering, how to move your meetup groups away from Meetup to another site. And so that's something I've been working on. And I'll use a real example here today. I run a book club on meetup.com. Great place to recruit people, to have events, and to post those events and have our people RSVP. But as you might be aware, a lot of people don't show up. A lot of people uh, stop joining meetups. They don't look for new ones. At some point, you'll probably reach a level of membership where you just can't break out because you're not recruiting new people, or people aren't finding your meetup. So, and then on top of that, the kicker is, as you know, as an organizer, meetup costs about $19 a month for organizers. So it gets pretty expensive. One of the things I was looking for is a free alternative, and after checking out a number of them, I settled here on Facebook, and I wanted to show you quickly how to move your meetup group away from meetup.com to Facebook, where it's going to be free. It's going to have essentially the same functionality, and because of the vast number of people on Facebook, it's going to be pretty easy to connect with them and recruit people into your meetup, as well as if you establish relationships with them during your meetup, you can just quickly find them and add them as friends on Facebook. So the first thing you want to do is, before closing your meetup group, you want to go and set up your Facebook group. And so I'm logged into Facebook here. You're going to have this section over on the left side called groups. You want to click on this link here called create group. And now you have some basic information here on setting up your group, and I'm just going to call it the book club. And if you are friends with anyone who's already a member of the meetup, in this case, you probably have 3 or 4 people that are friends with you that you already go to this meetup. Just type their name in here, and it'll find the people you're already connected with, and you can just add them, and it will add them to this new group as you create it. Now they can also um, remove themselves at some point, but most of the time, if they're already a member, it's a easy and convenient way instead of sending out invites to everyone. On privacy, you want to set this to open. Particularly if you're on Meetup, you probably have a group that's on there to recruit and attract people, so you want to set this to open, and then go ahead and click create. Oh, it's gonna make me join a friend, so I'm gonna add her, and I'll create. All right, and now it's going to bring you to this section for an icon. To choose an icon for your group that is going to show up in the list of groups, you don't necessarily have to do this, I think, but I believe there's one that's a little stack of books here. I don't know, whatever. We'll take the Eiffel Tower. All right. Now it takes you to the page that looks like most of the groups that you are a member of. And in this About tab here, you're going to want to add a description. This is a meetup book club. And really what you want to do, and click save, you can just copy and paste the description from your meetup group into these things. Probably the most important thing right here is events, and this is what you're using Meetup for. This book club does not have any past events, and this has a link here to create event, so we're going to create an event. And I'm just going to create a fake event here that would be our next book club discussion. Discuss the richest man in Babylon. All right. Uh, More details. You could put the book description is really what I'd put here, or the description of your meetup, where I'm going to put a library. And the date, I'm going to set the date and a time. Let's say 10:30 a.m. And it's going to show only to the members of the book club, and I'm going to uncheck invite all members because I don't want to bother people with it right now. But I went ahead and created this. It puts up the event. You can also add an event photo here. You know, for a lot of meetups, if you're meeting at a particular location like the Tilted Kilt, they'll put the Tilted Kilt logo or something like that. So now you've got your event, and this is nice because you can invite members, you can edit the event, people can discuss this event down here, you can post photos and videos and things like that. All right, so now you've got your book club group set up, and the a couple things here that I wanted to call out to you are this little settings gear over here. And a couple things that are fairly important to make sure that you've got set up is a group address. And this is just going to make it a lot easier for people to find you. And it's also going to be a lot easier to put this URL in your meetup at meetup.com so that people can find this new group easily. And I'm just going to call this Peter's Book Club right now. All right. What it's also going to do here is it's going to set up the URL, an email address, petersbookclub@groups.facebook.com, as well as the URL, facebook.com/groups/petersbookclub. So this is nice because you can copy this URL and have it pretty much everywhere you go. All right. You've got these upcoming events here. This is the front page. When people land on your page, they're always going to land on this front tab. One of the things that you might notice that's different here is on Meetup, when you go to Meetup, it has right in the middle of the page all of the upcoming events in chronological order. The Facebook page does not do that. So what you want to do here is, you can see here, Peter created the event for Book Club Discuss the Richest Man in Babylon. When you hover over it, you get this drop down arrow. You want to click on that and you want to select pin post. That's going to pin this post to the top of this news feed. And so even as you create multiple events, and I've done this here where I've created 4 or 5 events, you just pin the post and it'll always keep those posts up on top. And so it kind of replicates what's going on in Meetup. So that's important. This is nice. You've got the basics of this Meetup already set up. You can see up here the URL is facebook.com/groups/Peter's Book Club. So cool. Now you're ready to start inviting your friends and letting your current meetup members find your new one. Now what you're going to have to do is go to meetup.com, log into your meetup organizer account, and go to your meetup group. And this one's, here's my personal improvement book club. And the first thing you're going to do is, it's probably just set up to run. A couple things that I recommend you do is you go over here, group tools, to group settings, and now you've got your group settings information, and you're going to want to go to basics. And you're going to want to change the name of your group so that it's obvious you guys are moving. And in this case, I just named it Book Club, moving to Facebook by November 30th. And then you can actually change your group description if you want. Put in that URL, whatever you think you need to do. The other thing is, not everyone looks at the title of that your meetup, or is sometimes or logs into your meetup site directly and doesn't necessarily read the title, but they will see this greeting. And normally you put like book lovers here, so it says welcome book lovers. Well, in this case, I changed my greeting to we're moving to Facebook. So as soon as people log in, they see welcome, we're moving to Facebook. The next thing I recommend you do is go to group tools and schedule a meetup. And I would schedule a meetup like there's an event for the day before you plan to close your meetup group. And so what should we do here? Please join our Facebook group because we're moving to Facebook. All right. And then set your day and your time. And this is really just to give them the information. You don't even need to select a place because there isn't going to be one. I'm going to paste the how to find us, the URL in the how to find us section, and you can type we're moving to Facebook. And I would put in a more detailed description here, including the URL, but just write you're moving to Facebook, it's cheaper, there are more people on there, whatever the reasons are that your group is moving, and let them know that on this particular date your meetup is going to close. And then go ahead and just save this, schedule this meetup now. It's going to ask you if you want to announce this meetup to your group, and absolutely I would send that announcement out to everyone. I'm not going to do that right now, but you want to make sure you get that out there. The last thing you're going to want to do is close your meetup. And now you've actually got a couple choices here. You can simply step down as the organizer, and that gets rid of your organizer fees and dues. That's fantastic. It kind of achieves the point. But if you're like me, you've set up this meetup, it kind of reflects you, your reputation is attached to it. You want to kind of protect that, and or the reason you're meeting is to save some money. And if someone else steps up and takes over as organizer, they're going to continue to pay the organizer dues, and it kind of defeats the purpose, because if someone else was willing to pay the dues, why wouldn't you just stay up on Meetup? The trick here is that if you step down, that does not close your Meetup. It stays up and it gives someone 2 weeks to step up as a new organizer. And there's no delete this Meetup group on the tools. What you have to do is you have to go to your you'll have to be the organizer, and you have to go into your members section. And if you have a lot of members, it's going to be annoying, but you have to remove all your members first. You basically need to get the entire membership of the Meetup group down to just one, and you're also going to want to change the settings so that people need to be approved in order to join the Meetup. So you'd go up to Group Tools, Group Settings, and then change your um, the approval, or who can join, to approve only. Once you're down to just yourself, you're going to want to email organizer@meetup.com and give them the name of your meetup and tell them that you want to delete the meetup and that you are the only member left. And that way, the meetup.com will actually go in and then delete the meetup for you. They don't want meetups just disappearing. One, it's a revenue loser for them, but they also don't want people to inconvenience members by having meetups just disappearing willy-nilly. So that's what you have to do. Remove all your members and then email organizer@meetup.com. So hopefully that helps. It should be a good way to save you a couple $100 a year and still keep all the same functionality. Peter Von Panda, out.